Hello, everyone. We will wait a few moments until we get a few more people in, and then we will start. Really excited about sharing this information with you all because it's definitely relevant for the times we are in. You will also get a PDF file sent to your email after this presentation that will give you all the information of what we kind of discussed here. And so you will find that very useful. And a lot of the information that we'll go over is pertinent to any industry that you'll be in. And so let's just get started. Introducing myself, my name is JJ Johnson. I have been in marketing for the last 7 years, and I have a lot of experience over a lot of industries. I've worked a lot in the food industry, helping restaurants grow with their digital branding and messaging. I've worked with political candidates running their marketing initiatives. And one of my biggest marketing projects was co-founding a private school in my hometown and um, kind of uplifting that school with my marketing expertise. And so, ironically enough, I started um, this school during COVID. And so I know firsthand how your marketing shifts during economical changes. And that's going to be the premise of our discussion today. If you have any questions or any concerns or anything you want to discuss, drop it in the chat. I will periodically be pausing to see if there are any questions, but please, more than anything, you guys can contribute to the conversation and drop any questions you have in the chat. So I am going to bring up our presentation and start sharing my screen here, and then we will get started. Of course, it wanted to start at the very end. There we go. All right, so then the topic today is how to market in a recession, or really market anytime. And this is particularly based on our post-COVID marketing. And the reason I want to say post-COVID marketing is because a lot of people are not calling what we're experiencing currently right now a recession. But if you look at the term recession, we're definitely in a space where the economy is downshifting. People are not spending as freely, and we have had consecutive quarters where the numbers are showing that we are entering a recession. And so, as business owners, we all have some choices to make. Um, a choice could be retreating, a choice could be steadfasting, a choice could be strategizing. And so, this is a presentation for the businesses that are saying we're here to stay. We're going to strategize and we're going to fight through whatever the economy has because we have a legacy brand. We have a business that we believe is going to withstand these economic downturns. But we need more information on how to do that. And so this is a presentation to help with that. So we're going to break it down and make it really simple, and we're going to break it down into 7 steps. Okay. So get a pen and paper. It's really simple. We're laying it out in 7 steps, and this should be very helpful for you in your marketing. So step 1 is understanding the importance of marketing in uncertain times. Key point here, and every step will have a key point. Key point is why now is the right time to strategize and not retreat. So when I sit back and think about 2020 and when COVID started happening, I had essentially a full service marketing company. We had a headquarters in Sioux Falls, where I'm from. We had over 10 clients working with us. And then all of a sudden, kind of the world stops. And I remember this feeling of, first, it was fear. I think I was feeling some fear at the time, but then also understanding that when you stop the momentum of your marketing, it's really hard to get that started back up, and it's also really expensive. And I remember trying to coach my clients through this COVID situation and encouraging them to not completely stop their marketing. And, it was a really hard sell, honestly, because no one really knew what was going on. But I encouraged them to not stop their marketing. And I think it was around half of my clients continued doing their marketing, and the other half decided to stop completely. And I will tell you, I know of at least 2 or 3 businesses that cut their marketing completely, are no longer in business now in 2024. And so it was a big decision to make. And so if you're on this call right now, that means that you're probably not interested in stopping your business or stopping your marketing. And that's a great sign. You need to understand the importance of marketing in uncertain times. Now, that doesn't mean that you are frivolously spending marketing dollars on ads with no strategy or no blueprint. That's not what that means. That means that you're committed to still growing your business. You know that marketing is a critical part of your business, but now you need to really figure out your strategy. Do not retreat because the market is changing. We need to adjust. Okay, and so that is step 1. Understand the importance of marketing in uncertain times. Step 2, now you need to see the opportunity. They say that millionaires and billionaires are born in recessions. And so that really gets me energized to think about it, because there are a lot of opportunities. So recessions are not just challenges, but opportunities for growth and gaining market share. So if we go back to the example that I had just shared with 50% of my marketing clients cutting out their marketing, that means that if you were in the same industry as those businesses that cut their marketing, and you decide that you're not cutting your marketing, that means that you have the potential and opportunity to gain more market share because your competitors are scared and they are retreating. A key point here is the importance of starting now and being proactive. And that's what you're exactly doing by joining this webinar, is that you're starting now, and you're also looking for new opportunities, right? And so there will be challenges, but there also are opportunities, and what comes up must come down, and what is down must go up. And so there are opportunities for growth and gaining market share on this, especially because a lot of businesses will retreat and a lot of businesses will not strategize. They're scared. And so this is a time to get your team together, to get your branding and your messaging together, and start looking for different opportunities that you might see and gain some more market share in your industry. And we'll start discussing kind of how you can do that and see opportunities. But you first need to see it and believe it before you start strategizing. So that's step 2. All right, step 3, sustain your current marketing. And we're going kind of fast through this presentation. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat and we can discuss. But we can definitely keep up the pace because I know this information is important and we can go through it. Hold on, I hear a sneeze coming in. All right, got that on my system. All right, so step 3 is sustaining your marketing. Key point, avoid cutting your marketing budget. It is essential for long-term success. So this step, you should start implementing some type of strategy. You want to go back and look at your budget and your marketing spend that you currently have and then adjust it to your needs. So let's take into consideration you are marketing on social media, so you're buying Facebook ads, and let's say last year business was good, it was consistent, and you were able to invest $150 every month in your social media marketing. And so every single month you're spending $150 on your marketing and you're seeing at least another $150 in profit to where you're at least breaking even on your marketing. You need to go back and see if that is the type of budget that you'd like to spend on your marketing. It says avoid cutting. I think that you should be flexible in this manner. When I say avoid cutting, I mean do not go down to zero. But if you need to cut it in half and only spend $75, and you're saying for the next 90 days, I'm going to invest at least $75 in my marketing, that is going to be way better than completely cutting your marketing budget to zero. This also includes if you have hired a marketing business or a marketing specialist that's helping you. Do not immediately go and fire this person unless you're completely unsatisfied with the results. This is a huge mistake that I see a lot of businesses do when the money gets tight is they don't go back to the people that are helping them with their marketing to negotiate a different deal. A lot of the times your marketers, they get it and they understand and they also want to help grow your business. So instead of cutting them completely out, go back and negotiate and say, hey, I know I've contracted you for 30 hours a month. Currently right now, I'd like to cut it to 15, and then I'm going to have to pick up the slack as a business owner. But what I do not want to do is slow down the momentum and the consistency that we have currently right now. And so I'd like to just scale back. So this is going to be essential for your long-term success. When I think about marketing, I think about a snowball rolling down a hill. And let's say it took me a long time to even get on top of this hill. And maybe it's not even a hill, maybe it's a mountain. And I've got my snowball, and then I start rolling it down the hill. And as it continues to roll, it gets bigger and bigger. And that's what your marketing is. When you sit down and create a strategy and then you start investing in that strategy, you're starting with your small snowball and you're rolling it down. But in the middle of that process, if you decide to just torch the snowball or go and try and stop it as it's rolling down, you essentially have to start back from zero. And it actually could potentially be more expensive for you in the long run. And so completely cutting out your marketing budget is not optimal during an economic downturn. And so step 3 is sustain your current marketing. Do what you need to do to get that marketing consistent. I have a question in the chat. Speaking on Facebook ads, is it best to go after leads or likes, or do you run ads to obtain both? Great question. That is going to go back to whatever strategy you have decided to do. But also, what is your ultimate goal? And so likes and visibility are very important, and for sure, something that you need to do to grow your social media accounts. However, if you're needing dollars in the door, you're going to want to try to convert leads. And so this is going to be on a case by case situation. And I think, Deshawn, you own a restaurant. And so, correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that you own a restaurant. And so, for you, likes could be very important because people can go back and they can reference your work and come in to the restaurant. Hey, I saw this photo of this food. I'm going to save it. And next time I'm in the area, I'm going to go and eat. But it really goes down to the strategy that you'd like to see on your social media. A lot of times, what I do for companies when they are first getting signed on as a client for me is I only start running ads for likes because I'm trying to grow their base customers. And I'll do that for around 90 days. And now it doesn't have to be very expensive at all either. And so I might only invest maybe less than $50 a month. And all I'm doing is pushing out ads with really wonderful messaging and photos. And so for a restaurant for the next 90 days, I would get the best possible photos of my food that I could run. And then I would create an ad that's either funny or very catchy. And the sole purpose is just to convert people to like our page, because now after those 90 days, we have a marketing strategy of every single day we're posting 2 times a day of dishes that are the most popular in our restaurant. And so it would be part of the strategy. And then from there, after that base has ran, I could start a lead campaign and try and get leads to convert that way. Restaurants are really awesome because you have the opportunity to get new people to come in and eat all the time. And then once you get them through the door, if your customer service and your food is good, if you can get them to come eat 2 times or 3 times, they're generally going to be a lifetime customer for you and continue to visit. And so we need to get those people in at least 2 times and convert them. Sometimes by a really great sale, which is what I also like to do for lead campaigns is, hey, kids eat free with one adult meal, and that might be the sale that I run, because I know that if they come back twice and we nail it on food and customer service, that they're going to be a family that comes and visits us regularly. And so it really just depends on what strategy you want to lay down and what's going to help uplift your business currently. So that was a really great question. All right, so moving on to step 4. This is a really important part that gets overlooked. It is assessing and repositioning your brand. Key points here are to connect a brand audit and understand consumer behaviors are shifting. The second point is reposition your offering for the current market needs. Okay, so this is a very important step to where you're going to want to pause and consider what you're doing. That shot in the dark strategy where you are essentially kind of just going day by day, hoping for the best, is not optimal when the economy is on a downturn. You're going to want to sit down and actually strategize. After the end of the webinar, I will send an email with a PDF with a small PDF information with all the things that we discussed, but then I will also send a link for some templates, and the templates are less than $5, but they're super helpful with this part of strategy essentially. And the templates help you sit down and first you audit your current social media and how you're doing, and then the second one is helping you develop a strategy. And this is really important because what I have noticed is business owners are so, I wouldn't say overwhelmed, but their day-to-day is really busy and they're not really sitting down to assess their brand regularly. And I think this is something that should be done annually, where you're sitting down and you're saying, hey, um, is our messaging correct? Are we connecting to the audience the way that we want to? Are we building a community? Because these are all the important ingredients that will differentiate yourself from a different company. Um, I see a lot of times people on social media are just all over their place. Their messaging is not consistent. They're not communicating their core values to their customers. And that's because they haven't sat down and they haven't really figured it out. And so this is an important part of the step, especially when the economy slows down, is that you need to assess and reposition, and through that, you'll start developing your own unique voice, and your own unique offerings. And then it will make your marketing so much easier. This process um, takes some time, but when it's done, it's like you're buying back time, because the content is so much easier to create because you've laid out a clear strategy. And so the templates I've developed are super helpful, and I'll share those with you guys via email too as well. But it will help you first go audit what you're currently doing. And audit looks like, how many followers do we have? How many times are we posting? Um, what are our competitors doing? What are areas we can grow? And then your repositioning is really developing your messaging and then your overall social media strategy. And so before you start a new marketing strategy, you need to first stop and assess what you're currently doing right now, what is working and what is not working. This is a critical step. Do not miss step 4. Awesome. Let's see. All right. Step 5. After you reassess and reposition, you will focus on your unique value. Key point here is identifying and communicating the unique value your brand offers. Question: what unique value does your brand provide? How can you articulate this effectively? Now, this is super important because the market is so saturated currently. Definitely, when there's an economic downturn, the market saturation will decrease because businesses will close because they can't sustain. But if you go talk to someone, your neighbor, family member, essentially almost everyone has a small business that they're trying to run. And so because of that, you're going to need to focus on your unique value. You will start identifying this when you thoroughly go through step 4. So I'm really encouraging y'all to get those templates because this will help you with this. But focusing on your unique value is important. And then you need to also identify that value and how your brand is different from others in your area or even nationally. What makes you unique? So let's circle back to that restaurant example. There are so many restaurants out there, and a lot of them are now starting to figure out how to market strategically. And so finding your unique value point is super important. What makes your restaurant unique? Is it the flavor? Is it the spices you use? Is it the way you serve your customers when they're in the restaurant? What makes your company unique, and what makes someone want to open their wallet up and give you money out of it? You need to figure that out. And then once you figure that out, how are you going to articulate that to the consumer? Okay. And that goes through your messaging and your strategy. Another thing, when you go back to step 4 and reassess your brand, you start to develop your tone of your brand and the voice that it sounds like. And so, an example, let's say your restaurant is owned by a man and a woman, and you're both going to contribute to the social media. The strategy around that would be each voice would have its own unique tone to where if I follow this company, I will know when Susie is talking and I will know when Jim is talking, and you'll create this tone and messaging that's clear and unique. And they'll say, oh, yeah, there's a man and a woman, a wife and a husband that run this business. And I know when Susie is talking, and I connect with her on social media. And so you're creating a tone, and you're positioning yourself uniquely in the marketplace. This is super important because now more than ever, our consumers have the power of choice. They can go on Google and they can decide who they want to choose based on the company's messaging. And they have so many options. And so you need to differentiate and create a unique value and articulate that through your marketing consistently. And so step 5 is find and focus on your unique value. And we only have 2 more steps left. So step 6 is now you need to seize these new opportunities. So key point here is the importance of innovation and testing new ideas. Look at recession-proof industries and international markets. And so let's go to the key point first, is the importance of innovation and testing new ideas. This is really important. And it is something that can be uncomfortable in the beginning. And so what you're going to want to do is still stick to your strategy, but also be flexible and understand how important it is to be different and unique in the marketplace. A lot of businesses I've seen online are using innovative ideas through video content. But that can be challenging for other businesses because you have to have a certain personality almost to really push video content consistently. However, there are software and technology that can help you with creating innovative video content, and you don't always have to be the star of the video. And so that is a way that you can be unique and try new things with your marketing. And that would be you would have to go back and research and figure out how to do that. And it can take time, but you are seizing new opportunities. Another opportunity is leveraging AI technology and testing out new ideas and strategies through AI. And so if you're sitting here and you're like, okay, this is daunting. I'm running a business. Now I have to study AI. I have to create videos, et cetera, et cetera. I get that. It can be a lot of work for one person or a business owner to do as they're running the business. But what is the outcome if you decide not to do anything and you keep just doing the same thing? You already know what the outcome is going to be. Now, what could the outcome be if you told yourself, I'm going to create 2 videos a week for my business? How would that grow your business? The opportunities are endless. And so and don't let a video go viral and completely change your whole entire business for forever. And that definitely happens in today's day and age. And so I encourage you to try new ideas and be innovative with your marketing strategies. If you do B2B business, so you sell to other businesses, you could start to look at recession-proof industries. Like if you own a marketing agency, you could start targeting businesses that actually do well in recessions, like auto parts store or auto repair businesses or things like that that don't seem to really dip during recessions. And that could also be a strategy as well. But seizing new opportunities and figuring out where the opportunities are when the economy downturns is super important. So get creative, do not get discouraged, and keep trying. Any questions so far? We got 1 step left. Step 7 could be the most important step, is the fighting spirit. encouragement to believe in your business and fight for success. And I love this quote at the end, which says, "The economy has slowed, not stopped. Go get yours." So, although people might not be throwing their money up in the air and spending on everything that they see, they are spending money. They are making choices. They are going out to eat. They are buying clothes. Um, they are buying marketing. It's just not as prevalent as it was in the past. However, if you can position yourself in your industry, develop yourself as a leader, you can get through a downturn in the marketplace. And so you need to have that fighting spirit and to not get discouraged. If you have started a business and you have been running your business for a few years and it's going well, and now all of a sudden COVID hit and it's not going well, or the economy slows and it's not going well, but in your body, in your spirit, you know that this is viable and it's important, and you've seen the future and you've seen it be a legacy brand or a company that feeds your family for years or maybe generations. You owe it to everyone to continue to fight through these challenges, and you will come out on the other side much stronger. And so I believe if you are on this call right now, that is you. You do have a fighting spirit and you will figure it out, and that the economy has not stopped. It has slowed down, and that the strong will survive this. But you need to get crafty, you need to get innovative, you need to get creative, and you need to strategize. No longer are the days where you're just kind of flying by at the seat of your pants. Get a pen and paper out, start plotting it out, start planning it out, and start driving your business in the direction you want it to go through your marketing. And you can do it. Start following marketing brands on social media. If you've got this webinar, follow us on social media, because they are going to give you tips and tricks and free webinars and things that will help you continue to grow your marketing. And when you're ready, pay someone to help you with your marketing. That will transform your business too as well. And so that was the 7 steps to marketing in a downed economy or in a recession. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat. I hope this was super helpful, and I definitely will follow up with more information with our templates. Follow us on social media. We are on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook under Black Card Inc. And that is the marketing agency that I run. My personal social media is JJ the Disciple. Follow me on there. And then if you don't know where to start as far as your strategy, those templates that I'll send you are going to be super helpful. And like I said, they're under $5 or $6, and so they're reasonable, but it will help you start the process of strategizing. And so I know I had all those little grumpy faces all over my slides, but at the end, everyone, not everyone, people will get through this. Their business will get through this. And so I had to put a happy face on the end. And thank you so much for joining this. I hope it was helpful. If you do have any questions in the future, definitely send an email or reach out on social media. I would love to help. And that was short and sweet. We did that in